I mean, everybody knows about the Scandinavian countries, which have got really great records on gender equality in particular. But the point I wanted to get across in my book is it's really cultural ideas about what women and men should be doing with their time and the value of their labour, which has dictated this kind of situation that we've got. So some of the countries in the world with the highest numbers of women in management include Jamaica and St. Lucia. These are places which tend to have matriarchal societies, often with the grandmother considered the head of the family. So there's different ideas about female leadership there. At the same time, there are parts of the former Soviet Union. So in the book I write about Romania, Slovenia and Hungary. These countries have pay gaps in favour of women in what we perceive as traditionally male industries of waste management, construction, sewers, waters. This is a throwback to the Soviet days when those authorities wanted to prove that their economic model worked. And to do that, they had to get both genders out into the workforce. They got women really highly qualified. They were encouraged into the same subjects of men, in engineering and industry. You know, there was resistance, hardcore resistance to women going out into the workplace alongside men. Over time, that changed, and you had new archetypes of the female engineer and so forth began to emerge. And the other crucial point here is that, so by no means is this any celebration of socialist ideology or any of the madness that happened in that period, but one thing that they did do, which really helped women, which is they socialised domestic labour. So the cooking and the cleaning and the childcare was all done collectively. And, you know, that alongside this unprecedented investment in female education meant that women, and, you know, encouraging them into the workforce in male jobs basically means that decades later there's this legacy that women can do this job. And just one last point about that. What I found really fascinating when I was researching this book is how different countries have different ideas about what women should do. So Argentina has a really strong tradition of women in astrophysics. So girls grow up believing that it's a job for girls, and the majority of the country's professional astronomers and astrophysicists are female. And at the same time, Iceland has a whole generation of girls who grew up believing that only women can be in charge, because they had the world's first democratically elected female head of state. She was a single mother and she was in charge for 16 years. And she was followed by the world's first lesbian. I think she was a president, and she was also in power for a long time. So, you know, a whole generation of young girls grew up, and because there was a woman at the top of the country, that's what they believed that girls could do. So, yeah, it really is. It's cultural ideas, I think, and they differ widely. I think we need to get beyond thinking that in Britain this is it, because it really isn't.
Well,